Hey, everybody.
Hello. Hello.
Okay, yeah. It's working.
I have my drink.
Just about late. No, we're on time. We're still getting used to getting all this stuff done. I had it all set up, then I forgot I had to go in live as a two-step process. But we made it. Wait and see if a few more people join us.
Hi, Neil.
Hey, Neil.
Hey, he's the one that nicknamed me Gumsy. Is he?
Nope. Dang.
Dang. I get them mixed up.
Yeah. I mean, your comment was 8 o'clock, so we started at 8. We were still on time. Might have been toward the end of the 8 o'clock minute, but we're there.
I don't know.
I want to know what y'all been up to. What did we do this last week?
We went on vacation.
To where?
I forgot.
Texas. Yeah, we went to San Antonio, Texas. We told about their trip a couple weeks ago that we had planned as part of their Christmas, and supposed to be warm, so we went down there. It was warm for a couple days, and it was cold, so we came back.
We got to go to Ripley's.
Yeah.
Illusion Lab.
The Illusion
Yeah. Well,
Studio. Whatever it's called.
Illusion Lab or
Illusion
Illusion
Lab.
Studio. I don't know. But yeah, Abby picked for her individual certificate to go to Ripley's Illusion Laboratory.
Lab.
Izzy picked for her individual one to go to some caverns, which that's what the thumbnail for this is the caverns.
Yeah. Which we were originally going to go to some just a little bit out of San Antonio, but some winter weather had hit there, so they were closed apparently. We drove all the way out there thankfully on our last day, and they were closed, so we were able to we'd seen a sign for another one that was on our way out there, so we were able to stop back by on our way back home. And it was really cool.
Yeah, the sign said it was closed for weather, but I don't know what the weather was because it was cold, but the roads were fine, so I'm not sure what the deal was. And then the certificate that they had where they had to pick something together, they chose
Legoland. Yeah.
Legoland Discovery Center.
It was indoors and it was so fun.
We gotta go on
ride.
And we went on
What?
Oh, blaster ride. And we went to the Olivia World, and it was fun.
To what?
Olivia World.
In Legoland, the one with the little girl figures and.
Oh, okay.
And then I made and then there was there's a whole city, and I saw windows with people on it. And they built it, I put people on it, and I couldn't get them out.
Hey, Stephanie.
Yep, she's editing.
What did Neil say?
Let's see. Neil says, here it's easier to read over here. Use Candy did the 2-hour challenge, then Steph did a live on her own and bailed at just 1 hour, and that we need to pass the challenge back to her.
Great.
Grapevine is her favorite vacation. Grapevine as in Great Wolf Lodge.
We went there.
We've been there before.
I want to go again. They have an indoor water park.
Yeah,
and you get
it's a lot of fun.
It's a little too cold in the winter, though.
Great Wolf's not bad. It was that other one.
I thought it was cold in the
I thought they had the heat on.
No, it was in
No.
Pigeon.
We had it in
Pigeon
the hot tub.
Forge.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, Pigeon Forge Water Park was cold.
It was
I
freezing.
thought that one was cold too.
And then we had
Some
to go
parts,
to the
maybe.
hot tub.
Yeah.
We spent
That's where they had
almost
the
all of our
heater
time
on.
in there.
About up.
Mhm. Yeah, they did do that.
Okay, there's a Legoland Grapevine too.
I like it.
Well, check that out maybe.
You win.
Not
Long
anytime
time.
real soon.
Win.
Yeah, we've been to Great Wolf a couple times. It's pretty nice the fact that everything is just
Mhm.
all there. If you don't want to leave the grounds, you don't actually have to. They've got a big restaurant with a big buffet and a few other little eating things too that you can get from there.
And like
Hey Tina,
one time I was on the top bunk bed. It didn't really have a rail, so I slept on the floor. Because there was a window. There was a little window.
on what?
And that one time it was a big thing,
Oh,
and then
yeah.
we had that little bunk bed with the little window.
Yeah, the room we had like forgot what it was. It was like a kid's bunk area, and there wasn't good rails on the top bunk, so we just pulled the mattress down and put it on the floor, and she slept down on the floor.
Because I got too scared.
Oh, she likes the Rainforest Cafe.
My favorite restaurant. Yep.
Yeah, we had to hit that up while we were down in San
Mhm.
Antonio
There's a
also.
surprise.
Oh,
What?
carriage ride?
We got
Calm down.
the horse was named Casper.
Yeah, that's
Casper,
right.
yeah.
He was
remember.
white and he
Yeah,
was so
Whenever we
cute.
were in Hot Springs a couple weeks ago, they were doing carriage rides, but it was freezing cold, and so we were like, maybe some other time. Well, we happened to be down in. It had to be a warm day down in San Antonio, and we were on our way to look at one of the churches or something, and they had carriage rides down there. So we took a little carriage ride around town. Horse's name was Casper.
He's very sweet.
Neil needs names. He said that he has Dad, Chatty, Chilled, Kevin, Abby,
See?
or Thumbs Up. Izzy is the chilled one who left, and then Kimberly.
I'm the crazy one.
Sometimes.
Tina.
All right.
Let's see. So yeah, we had this trip planned. It's been booked for a few months
2 or
now,
3 months.
and then it's supposed to be nice weather when we went down there, 60s, 70s, and then here comes the Arctic blast.
Wait, what?
We figured January was going to be a safe month to go because it's winter here, but usually our really cold doesn't hit until February.
Mhm.
So then the news comes in, or the weather comes in, that we're supposed to have these super cold temperatures, snow. Then they kept upping the snow chances, and they dropped them back down. And so at that point, it was time for us to get super busy trying to get everything ready to leave. And we spent a lot of time on the animals that we kind of neglected some of our stuff and had a few disasters. But we've got animal shelters built. The donkeys, llama, sheepy, and the mini horses.
Waffles.
We
Hello,
got
Pat.
them a shelter built, filled it full of hay. It's like a 3-sided. It's a little more than a 3-sided. It's one I showed it part of it in one of the videos, part of the way built. But like part of the front's enclosed, but it's mostly open. We got it moved down and filled full of hay for them. The emus, they've got a 3-sided structure also we built out crowd panels and tarps and filled it full of hay. We put in an extra shelter for the chickens and the goats where they are. The stuff that's in the rabbit house, it's all fine because it's heated to some degree. And then we just filled everything else full of hay and stuff. We were gone. Like I said, the snow chances came in. We left out on a Tuesday, and the snow came in on
Wednesday?
Monday or Sunday?
Sunday night.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
the snow
Sunday.
came in. My mom was taking care of everything, and so that made her life a little harder. And I guess it was on Monday. The pipes, was that? Yes.
Monday or Tuesday. No,
We came
because we
home
came on
Tuesday.
Tuesday. Monday.
Yeah, Monday she called and we left water dripping everything, so we thought that everything would be okay, but unfortunately our drain pipes froze. So water backed up into the house, not a whole lot. She caught it because when she texted that morning, it wasn't bad. The afternoon, it was right over the edge of the sink. So we'll have a video about that later, but we decided it was best to go ahead and come home early so we could get things taken care of. To save the rest of our pipes, they cut the main inlet line and let it all drain out so it wouldn't freeze up till we got back, since we couldn't run anymore since the drains were froze. And we got in. It was about just before 2:00 Wednesday morning.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, it was.
I'd stopped in Texas and bought like a diesel powered like turbo tube type heater thing to put under the house to try to melt things out, because the picture that my mom sent, everything was just covered in icicles where it all ran down. And we figured once we got back here that since it was so cold here that everything might be sold out of any heaters and stuff. So we picked that up in Texas and got home and started thawing things out that night. But I got home, the diesel tank I have, it was so cold that the diesel was congealed inside the filter on it. So it was just trickling out. It was just disaster. And so I used a heat gun to warm it up to get some diesel out to get started. And finally, about 3 or 4 o'clock Wednesday afternoon, we had water again.
Yeah.
Luckily, there was nothing major. Like I said, it was just a headache of getting everything thawed out. But luckily, we didn't have like a bunch of pipes burst or anything like that.
What's that say? Let's see.
Yes, Izzy took a decently long nap earlier, but she does get sleepy about this time typically. So
yeah, and Abby, if something's going on, she'll be up till whatever. But Izzy, when it's her bedtime, usually doesn't matter what we're doing, she'll just go to sleep wherever we are, and that's that. So
she wanted to make sure she could say hi to everybody though tonight. So she was excited about doing the live, weren't you, babe?
Yeah, I think it was, well, our last live, she didn't make it either. She went to bed early.
The first one.
Well, the first one she wasn't on at all.
Second one. Oh, he said you got better batteries. Yeah, Abby's batteries are overcharged.
Yeah.
Let's see. What else do you like about your trip?
I like Casper.
She liked Casper the horse.
He's so cute.
What about the Alamo?
Yeah. Casper is my favorite type of horse.
Yeah, Clydesdale.
He's so cute.
Yeah, we also went to the Alamo. They liked that.
We were going to go see some of the other missions, but whenever it turned out to be so cold, we figured that was not a good idea. Because, I mean, it wasn't getting out of the 30s there either. And the wind was just awful, which I know, I mean, it was way worse here when we got home.
Yeah.
But.
Yeah, because we took a couple of days going down. We stopped in Waco and went to the Magnolia.
The silos.
That was my favorite part.
Yeah, it's really neat. They have shops there, some eating places, food trailers and stuff, but then they have this big grassy area. It's AstroTurf, but they got like beanbag lounge chairs, bago, soccer balls
where you can run around.
Oh yeah, they've got the baseball field and a little monument of Babe Ruth there. So we were able to just go there and kind of relax, and the girls played a lot outside, and so it helped them wind down. Oh, as he says hi.
Hi. There's 17 people. I forgot what I was going to say.
Hold if you went to Waco and you couldn't stop by and say hi.
Me.
Abby's the oldest. She's 9. She'll be 10 next month. And Izzy just turned 6. Yep, it'll just be a few weeks and you'll get to see Mazzy and Addis. Well, no, I don't know about.
Wait,
The
weeks? What do you mean?
Huh?
What do you mean weeks?
Well, a couple months.
What do you
But
mean? Where?
Okie Homestead.
I forgot that.
We were just talking about it earlier.
Yeah, we were probably 35, 40 minutes from them. Because they're just west of there. But yeah, we stayed there for a couple days.
People are using a chat as text.
Huh?
They're talking to each other. It's funny when they do that.
But yeah, what else did we do? Oh, we went to the Woolly Mammoth State Park or something. I
Yeah.
got to see the dig site with woolly mammoth fossils.
That was pretty cool.
And what all they use. I like
Yeah. It wasn't that big of an area, but like I said, it was just neat to see because it had a pretty good size mammoth fossil that you could actually tell what it was. So that was neat to see. We tried to incorporate some educational stuff in on this trip as good as we could, but like I said, we also had a lot of fun too.
Yeah, it was neat when we were at the caverns because the guy was talking about the different layers of rock and then erosion and all that. And we had just talked about that in Abby's science lesson recently. So she turned to me and she went, "Oh, I learned that." I said, "Yeah, that's cool, isn't it?" So it just kind of helped cement some of the concepts in her head.
I'm leaving.
You're leaving?
You going to bed?
No.
Well, Izzy, we'll see y'all later.
You tired? Yeah. No. She'll probably be asleep soon.
Yeah.
Hi, Tina. Oh.
Let's see. Oh yeah, the other disaster. Whenever we got back, I started up the tractor.
Oh man.
Barely started moving, it just dies, and then it hit me. The fuel and water separator. Before I left, I didn't think about draining that, and it had split down the side, so I've got to replace that also. I picked one of those up. Luckily, it wasn't too expensive because it's just a little plastic piece. But
Yeah.
you leaving too?
Nope.
But I had to get that fixed. That way we can use the tractor. We're doing good today, but yeah, it's kind of hard to deal without having a tractor because I didn't think about we had to go pick up another bulk bag of feed today, and I need the tractor to unload it, so I've got to get that changed out tomorrow so that I can unload the feed.
She said hi.
Oh, yep. Tina said hi.
Yes, she said hi.
Let's see. Well, Ed Kirkpatrick.
The
The weather here is cold. Very cold.
Yeah.
Yesterday warmed up some.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't as bad. 'Cause we were talking that it was crazy because it was like maybe around 40.
Yeah, 40 or 43 or something like that.
Yeah, and I was like, it's crazy how warm this feels because it's been so cold. And so it felt like a warm front even at just 30 something.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Hey, Peggy and Lore. How are the animals doing today? They're all good today. Like I said, they did pretty good. Our preparation worked pretty good for the animals while we were gone. so they're all doing
Mhm.
fairly well. Like I said, they've got shelter and everything, can get out of the wind. Some of them have heat, some don't, just depending on which animals they are. But everything seems to be doing good.
Mhm.
Like the bunnies.
Hmm?
Like the bunnies and the big goats
Yeah, some of the chickens,
and
the American breasts. Huh? The what? Yeah.
we got the whole baby bunnies.
Yeah. Some of our rabbits have had babies, so they got to hold those yesterday.
I had the little one.
A couple of them are getting close to weaning size, and then we've got some that are a few weeks behind them.
Cute. And Lexi might have some. She's my bunny. Lexi's my bunny.
Lexi. Yeah.
Okay. I have no idea.
There's 2 in the first litter. This is their first litters
Mhm.
for these 2. The older litter, there's only 2 that survived. And the other litter, she has 7.
Yeah. They're all doing very well. So
They're so cute and they eat.
they are cute.
Yeah, they're yeah, the ones we have are meat rabbits. They're New Zealand giants. Like I said, we've got some. The first litter's blues, which are gray actually, and then we've got one black one, and then some broken black and
And a lot of other colored ones.
Huh?
The ones that look just like the mom.
yeah,
There's some
those are
ones
broken
that
black.
are very dark. And
which
then
is black
some
and
are
white.
very light. It kind of does look like Spain. Kind of does look like Spain.
Yeah. Let's see, what else have we been up to? Like I said, our trip and getting ready for the cold weather took up a lot of our
It
time
really did.
lately.
Then ever since we've been back, it's been a lot of work. But yesterday we were finally able to relax a little bit. So
Yeah. We ran to town and picked up some chicken feed, and then also went and saw a movie. I doubt it. We may drive the van on purpose with it.
No, we don't get it. Is it a baby goat?
No.
Is it a dog?
We saw, what's it called?
Boys in the Boat.
Boys in the
Yeah.
Boat. It's I guess it's based on a true story of the Olympic team from the Great Depression. It was pretty good.
Yeah, it was.
I loved it.
Like I said, trying to think. It had a good storyline and everything. I don't remember anything bad in it that was.
Nothing terrible for sure.
No, there might have been a couple of words or something, but I'm not even for sure on that. But it was a good storyline. We
Mhm.
enjoyed that part of it. And then Aldi's opened up in Conway, so we went and checked it out also. Didn't buy anything because
Not this round.
didn't have a quarter to get a shopping cart, but we walked around and looked, and we'll be able to hit that up next time.
Girls were getting tired too, so we didn't stay terribly long, but I got to pick up a sales circular, and that way we can look at that.
The main thing was just getting to run through it and actually see what they would
Yes.
have.
There was a bunny princess trash can.
Oh yeah, the girls found a bunny princess trash can. We didn't get it either because they got trash cans. Brandon, I don't know if we might be able to work out a trade or something if we had something that to give you in return. Maybe some more geese.
I don't have geese.
No, but we could probably pick some up. They're loud.
She didn't get it.
Hey,
Geese.
hey,
Oh,
No,
geese
it
are
has
loud.
nothing to do with you.
what are those?
Geese.
Oh,
Wants a
look,
honk.
Mimi's on there.
You gonna tell her hi? So she can see you. Hey, Mom.
Yeah, I saw that too, Neil. That is pretty magical. I wish money worked that way. I wish I could lose some and then look back and have just as much as I started with. Yeah, I know he sent them there. That's why I figured I'd get him some more. That's one thing. I don't know. It's kind of neat to watch geese on other people's videos, but it's not something I'd want to have here.
I mean, we have one guinea, and that thing
Oh,
is
yeah.
so loud.
Yeah, the
I
guinea's
mean-
bad enough. She or he, I don't know what it is, but
I don't know.
alerts on everything.
I don't
Mhm.
like.
Something's out of place, and it's going to be making all kinds of noise.
Just trying to do chores one day. It was
We're going to sell the piglets.
Yeah.
This batch anyhow to help pay for feed. The next round it'll probably be where we need. We'll probably keep one out for Izzy to show at the fair if she still decides that she wants to.
Mhm.
Abby won a pig.
have to.
in the pig scramble at the county fair last year, so
Is that
she'll be
for
showing a
you?
pig from them.
Mhm.
And so Izzy kind of talked like she might want to, but these will be a little too old by that time. But we're going to sell these to pay for feed, and then we'll probably keep one or two out of the next batch to restock the freezer.
I might let it go loose, but I might not let it go loose. I might go let it go crazy.
We have 8 piglets. We've got one boar and one sow, and then which is Hulk and Betty, and then she had
America.
She had 10
10
originally.
piglets, and a couple of them didn't make it, but 8 of them are now, and they're about 10 weeks old. So they're good. There's one runt that's out there. It's a female. She's quite a bit smaller than the others, but they're all healthy and doing well. So
There's only one girl, wait, right?
no, 3 girls and 5 boys.
100's my favorite.
There's 2 100s, or yellow. Oh, the female. Is that the runt?
The little bitty
She's
one.
the little one. Okay, yeah, I figured.
I like the little animals. My favorite type of horse is.
Yeah,
I have 2. Wait, no, 1 little bit and she's
yeah. Abby likes anything small. Baby doll sheep are doing good. The petting zoo ones, one of them is friendly. The other 3, even now, you can go out there and they just take off running. I don't know if they're ever going to
You can't get within
calm
10 feet
down,
of the
but
fence and them stay.
even with
looking at you.
feed, they won't come to you. I mean, they'll come kind of look around when you have a bucket of feed, but they won't come up to it. So they're nothing like Sheepy and
No.
Rascal.
Sissy's back. Hey, Mimi's on there.
I'll be on the side.
It's fine.
Which, as they're getting older, I'm not so sure that Sheepy that we got from the auction is actually a full-blood baby doll, because her head, the wool on her head doesn't look like all the others, and so I'm just not real sure. Yeah. Hag sheep.
Yeah.
Hey, Sandy. Hey. Is that gum?
Mm-hmm.
I guess I could read it here and it'd be easier. Brandon says he's not going to listen to any information from auctions anymore, that he just thinks they say what people want to hear or what they want you to hear. And that is
That is
true.
the truth.
Like I said, we've had trusting the auctions, we've ended up with a lot of stuff that we probably wouldn't have had we listened. But Laura asked, how many pets do you want in your house? 0.
0 inside of
million.
it.
2 kids in the house is messy enough.
No, because we used to have Tiara and Diamond there inside a lot.
We used to have a couple of cats that were here. Whenever they were small, they were inside, but
Okay.
Kimberly's allergic to cats.
Very much so.
And it was just animal. It was just the fur and everything. I don't know. I'm just not a fan of it because they stayed in the laundry room a lot of times. But whenever they come out, they were fun to have and everything, but just not something that we want in the house all the time.
You going again?
It's easier to keep things clean when they're not. Let's see. Assume the worst at the auction and hope for the best. Yeah. Like I said, the auctions are fun to go to. We really enjoy them. Like I said, I think they probably broke me from selling anything at them after the goat deal. But the emus did okay.
Yeah.
And
I'll go get my drink.
the ducks did not do very good.
Yummy.
The turkeys did okay. Speaking of turkeys, it looks like Brandon's Jerry video may roll over 5 million eventually. We're at 4.6 right now. I had to check that out. I haven't checked in the last
Now
day
can
or
I
so.
have Jerry back?
Yeah, that's what we'll bring a dog cage to bring Jerry back home.
No, I want him, but I don't want him.
Oh, hey, Sherman.
Thanks for joining us.
Yep.
Hi, Pat.
Well, yeah, Ed, that's the case
Hey,
a lot of
Susan.
times, Ed, but I mean, this is an exotic animal auction, so like the animals we took were good animals, and so there are some, but you do have to watch. But supposedly this one doesn't take them; they're lame or anything like that, or sick. But I mean, we brought Pink Eye home from it before, and Brandon got it, and several others.
And we bought an Irish.
Or get a mini horse. Is that right?
I
I've never
want,
seen it from here.
I want that. I want a baby
Hey,
camel.
Susan. Laura, will you get a mini horse? We have 3 mini horses.
Waffles? I don't know. And I don't know.
Waffles,
Waffles,
Penelope,
Penelope,
and
The unknown one.
I thought you.
No, it's got a name. I forgot.
What'd y'all name it?
Izzy named it.
It's potato.
No,
Potato.
I forgot what Izzy named it though, but I forgot what the name was that
Let me
she
go ask
came
her.
up with.
Now I get a bed.
No.
You're going to bed?
No,
Let's see.
I wanted that old baby camel. I really want a baby camel.
Huh?
I want a baby camel.
Yeah. Abby did fall in love with a baby camel, but that's quite out of our price range, and plus, I don't know what we do with a camel.
He would love it. He would ride it for Australia.
No.
But it doesn't. I don't know which one. And when he would have got older, I would have bought him if I had him already.
I don't know if it's the legit name of it that she'd come up with before, but she said that its name is Pancakes. We have waffles and pancakes.
Yeah.
Oh.
I was gonna name it hot chocolate. Okay.
Let's see. Neil says he would never buy anything at an auction, mainly because he can never understand a word they're saying. Why do they need to add the special effects? That is exactly right. Plus, it just drags things out. If they would
Big
just
time.
Hold up.
get to it, it'd be a lot quicker. Especially at that auction, depending on who the seller is. If it's one of the ones I know, they'll drag it out forever, and then sometimes not. Like I said, there was one of the goats that we sold that we actually had to pay them money to sell it, which was ridiculous. by the time they charged us the yardage fees and all that, I think we had to pay them $3 or $7 or something to sell it. And I was like, well, I could have sold it locally for that. But let's
back.
see. Pat says hi, Abby.
Yeah.
What type of animal would you want on your farm?
Camel.
She wants a camel. I think for us, we're probably pretty much tapped out right now. The only thing that we might do is we might get a butcher steer and possibly a milk cow eventually. Not right now. We've got too much going on to dedicate time to milk a cow, what it would need.
And a camel. Yeah, you said camel.
Mhm.
You just said that. You said camel.
Someday, maybe when you move out. No, I mean you can buy one. I'm not getting one.
Yeah.
Maybe if we hit 150 million subscribers, I'll buy you a camel. Let's see. What about-
Elephant, giraffe.
Yeah, I've got to go back up.
I want an elephant. No, I want a giraffe.
We're about to get the kids in bed. Oh, hunting tomorrow. Okay, yeah, tomorrow morning. Oh wait, archery. Sports. Good night, Walker Farm fam. Hey, Cindy. Let's see. Sorry, I'm not looking at the computer. I've got my phone over here, and it's easier to see the comments because the computer's a little farther away. Plus, I can scroll on my phone easier.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, Brandon, our local auction, it's mostly a cattle auction. There's the goat auctions around us that are strictly goats is about an hour and 45 minutes away. And so we usually don't do that. But the local cattle auction sells a few goats at the beginning, and I think it's like $6 or $7 a head there, and they would have brought more there too. So it was a learning curve for us. Hey, Lynn. Sorry, I'm kind of jumping around because I got sidetracked on looking at my phone and went back to the other. Neil asked an elephant or a giraffe.
A giraffe.
We're going to need some taller and stronger fences for that.
I don't want
Either one of those.
elephant. Camel. Elephant.
An
Camel.
elephant?
Even for a camel, you'd need a taller fence.
He'd be sweet.
Oh, Peggy says she bet Abby would have energy to milk a cow every morning. Maybe if it was a camel, you'd milk it.
The only thing is that she doesn't like to get up early.
Yeah. Izzy is our early bird. You never want to try to sleep in with Izzy around. Because she gets up early. She doesn't like to be up alone. She wants company.
Like swallow.
Because I'll either wake up mommy or daddy or Abby.
Let's see. Lynn says, hi, Izzy. Mimi says that she saw a milk cow she wanted. But the hubby said it wouldn't fit on top of the camera.
Isn't that him get a donkey?
Papa wouldn't let her get it.
And Carolyn says that Sophie says hi.
Sophie. Is that
That's the puppy she took home.
so cute?
Yeah, and plus with the milk cow, 3 of the 4 of us have some gut issues with milk. We just got a half gallon of local milk from a friend of ours that's A2 that's supposed to be better for that. So we're gonna give it a try and see, and that'll be one of the determining factors if we even need to consider a milk cow, because there's no use in getting one just for Abby to drink. She doesn't drink milk that much, or doesn't drink that much milk.
Well, I would still like the milk cow.
Oh, I know you'd like the milk cow.
I like goats. I don't really like
Oh,
cats. I
no.
like
Brandon says y'all need a kangaroo.
No, no,
Oh,
no.
no.
Yeah.
As long as it stays a baby forever.
Yeah, it'd have to stay a baby in a pouch forever.
But no tomorrow. No. We'll just put it in the sack.
Yeah. Hey, ask Brandon why he doesn't have a kangaroo anymore.
Wait, what?
He had one.
Remember?
You
the
have
first
Yeah.
a kangaroo,
Yeah.
and you can't tell me.
time?
And I want-
Latina says hi. I would milk the cow some, but it just depends on my work schedule.
I would.
On when
I would.
work
I would.
is.
I would get up.
And I don't mind.
I would get up at 1 p.m. to do that.
1
1
p.m.
p.m.?
That's in the afternoon. You mean 1 a.m.?
Mm-hmm. No.
1 a.m.
No.
What's
You'd be
really
grumpy.
entertaining is
No, I wouldn't.
they both wanted like the old timey bell alarm clocks with just the little dials that you set.
Yeah.
And every now and then, Izzy will try to set it for what she thinks is the time she needs to get up. And so there'll be times it'll go off in the middle of the night or middle of the day. You just never know. But she tries.
Mine never wakes me up.
Yeah.
That's the thing. She'll sleep right through it. And Izzy went in there one morning to go turn it off.
Wake
Woke her
up.
up.
Wake up. I want one. But once it didn't, and Mommy had to wait. And Mama had to.
Lil
One
D
thing,
says, hello from Indiana.
Hello.
Brandon, how about we go in and both get milk? That way we can share stories about it.
And a camel.
No camel.
If we get in the milk cow, I get a camel.
Carol says hello from Wisconsin.
Hi, Carol.
Let's see. Brandon said he got too big. That's a problem with camel, or not camel. Well, camels too. They get big too, but kangaroos, yeah. Having to have a pen to keep them in that they will stay in. That's the main thing. Is we're going to have to build taller fences anyhow. But some of the stuff, like I said, I think even with a camel, they just step over. An elephant would go through it. So
Yeah.
Plus, we are a homestead, not a petting zoo.
Yeah. We need to, because if we get enough animals, we could open a pen. It's not the easiest.
I don't want people here that much.
You
We
don't.
wouldn't get any work done.
You don't. So, we can say what we do.
Of course, one thing about it, whenever these places charge like $1 for you to feed a couple leaves to an animal or something, I guess it would cover the feed bill.
Yeah.
I know one day we had, what was getting delivered? Oh, we had a piece of furniture getting delivered. They're coming up the driveway, and all of a sudden they just stop. And I look, and I look down there, and I can see them in there, and they've got their phones out taking pictures of our pigs.
The babies.
So I guess it's their first time on a farm, but it was funny.
And they were fascinated by the emus too, because they asked all kinds of questions.
Oh yeah.
We just made. I've had this idea, and I have for so long. We need to like drill a little bitty hole out in the dog's fence, make like a swervy line so they can just like run through it all day, and it's like in a big circle around, so they can just run.
Like a maze?
But not a maze. It's just in a circle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of like the thing that Carolyn had on her house, the little dog run that went with the ramp that went out.
Did you see Neil's comment with the kangaroo?
Nope.
Girls could go for rides around the property in the pouch.
No.
Yeah.
No. You're scared.
Let's see.
Just remember.
Outdoors with Vance. Ah, you did change your name. Good to see you.
We need one more person.
Carolyn says hello from Mississippi.
Carolyn's in Mississippi now.
Lancaster. Not your Aunt Carolyn.
I get them confused a lot. Okay, we're losing people.
Carol thinks we need a dog from the Eddie family. I don't know.
Or we could buy Sarah. A puppy.
No.
A whiny.
You have a puppy.
A whiny one.
And we need a cute one.
You have cute ones.
We need one.
Well, they actually need a lot of puppies to play with,
Yeah, puppet.
which we could get all
Okay.
of those puppies.
Whoever's selling puppies, you can mail us one in the mail.
It doesn't work that way.
Yes,
No.
it does.
that would actually kill
Let's
the puppy.
see. Sherman's next two animals he wants is an emu and an ostrich.
I don't want that.
We like the emus. Ostriches, they just seem a little too dangerous. I've seen too many videos from others and then just seeing them at the auctions and stuff, and they're just, I'm afraid that here somebody would get hurt
Mhm.
with them, and so I don't foresee us ever having ostriches, but the emus are friendly. Worst case on them, one time one of them pecked me on the ear and it caused it to bleed a little bit because it skinned it, but
It was just curious though. It's
Yeah,
not like
they're
It-
friendly.
one got in the food trough and then jumped
That was the
out.
thing, that's
And
always
she was beside herself, but she came right up to me to take her back in the fence and everything.
Was
So
it, I bet it was Zippy.
it was zippy.
I love Zippy.
I
She
know.
my baby.
Yeah, Zippy's the one they got.
She my baby.
She's the one who's
She's the
curious
good
of
one.
what outside is.
She's a good one.
Cause I'm like, what is that moving in the grass? I hope that's not a snake.
I
But
got
then
scared.
Zippy, she came out running.
I've been climbing on hay bales because I didn't want to run.
Laura, yeah, that's one thing we've talked about is having a livestock guardian dog. Emus do essentially the same thing or a similar job, and also donkeys.
Yeah.
And we've got both of those, but we also don't have a whole lot of trouble. The type of fence we have, it's field fence like web wire, and so not a lot of stuff can get in. We do have some coyotes around, but all of our chickens and stuff are inside electric, and so far we've not had any issues. The only thing we've really had trouble with on the chickens is there's a hawk that likes to stay around, and I've just never been able to catch him at the right time. But
Look, her 6-year-old wants a bunny. Will baby bunny be okay?
yeah, we've got some of those.
And a lot.
Rather have
9.
emu.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, I mean, the emus can be dangerous too because we were having to move them one day, and
Mhm.
it's just they didn't want to go in the trailer, and so we were having to pick them up. And one of them, whenever their feet hit the wood floor, I guess the noise or it just felt different. It got kind of scared, kind of jumped up, and one of their claws or talons, whatever they are,
Mhm.
caught Kimberly's leg, and she got cut, or your
And my
hand.
hand too.
Your hand too.
Yeah. Still got the scars from that.
Wasn't terrible. I mean, we'd have to go to the doctor or the ER or anything, but it was exciting for that. Let's see. Yeah, Susan, Lester is one of the ones because I saw his video of the ostrich attack, and he's had a few other little run-ins with him too. And like I said, it may not always happen with him, but I don't want to take any chances. Plus, we had somebody we go to church with used to have ostriches, and we heard about the stories of them too. And so we just decided emus is about where it's at there because they're not quite as big and strong. Yeah, Brandon said donkeys and llamas are good protectors as well. Yep. And we've got one llama.
She be
He keeps an eye out on everything. He really does.
Yeah, he's made best friends with our sheep.
my
Yeah.
nice.
One day the sheepy got out of the pen somehow, and she was beside herself trying to get back in. And we finally got her back in, and she went over there and jumped up on the llama like they were hugging each other. It was
She got
so
up on
cute.
her hind feet in the
Of
desk.
course, I couldn't catch it on video.
Susan, thanks for stopping in. Glad we got to visit with you for a little bit.
Yeah.
Bye.
Mm,
And then
Safe travels home.
Llama bend his neck down like he was giving Sheepy a kiss.
They're so cute. Ah.
Let's see. Aussie cool. My father used to set a trap for the hogs, a pigeon with a basket within a cage. It's interesting.
Very.
And then Pat's Great Pyrenees keeps the hawks away. Like I said, we just have this one, and here lately it's been hanging around the pig pen where they are. the baby pigs. But I mean, they're big enough it can't do anything with them, and it's not bother them. Plus, I mean, they can always go in their shelter.
Mhm.
But it's just I've seen out here. While there was one day I was inside and I just heard the turkeys going crazy, and they were all looking off to the west, and it was sitting up on top of our old high tunnel. I'm just watching, but they were keeping an eye out and we're on high alert.
Yeah, turkeys are good because when there's something there,
Yeah.
Yeah,
please.
they go loud over everything. They're always watching. Like I said, we can be in the house and they're out back, and if they see you in the window,
Ma,
they'll start making noises and
they're like a
Going
siren.
crazy.
Ma.
yep, they're a good alarm.
Mhm.
So are the dogs.
They love
And
us
everything
because they'll always just walk around with us when we walk anywhere on the
I like the.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I love him.
they'll follow you around a lot like Jerry does. We just don't let them run all over the place
Mhm.
because there are some dogs around and things like that. Plus,
Yeah.
it's just easier to keep them contained because we're a little ways off the road, but I just don't want them to wander off. Plus, it keeps them safe. Let's see. Sherman, with all these animals on your radar, you may need to go to the next auction. But like I said, just be careful and know what you're buying.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yep, ostriches can be a handful at times. Not part of our chickens are like in chicken tractors, and they do have a top on them. And then we've got some that are pretty much like yard chickens. They're inside netting, but they just pretty much free range that area. And in the when the grass and stuff's growing, we move that pen around. Right now, we've just got it right here behind the house because it's convenient and easy to take care of them. But so it does not have a top on it, but they do have a covered shelter that they can go in. But like I said,
Got 2 in there actually.
yeah, 2 right now.
Of what?
Shelters
Shelters.
for the chickens and the rogue goats.
The what?
The
Bad
goats that
goats.
kept getting out.
Okay, what?
Remember?
Babies?
No.
Yeah, remember you and Momo had to come get them because they went to visit the neighbors?
Oh yeah, those like Rose and
Yeah, all those goats.
that.
Mm-hmm.
They're crazy.
Our guineas have done really good. We've not had. So far, guineas have done really good. We've not lost any to predators. That's good.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, we've got one lone guinea. I don't know if it's a male or female because I haven't looked up to see how you tell, but it's still doing well. We got ours from Tractor Supply.
Mm-hmm.
And so we bought a couple, but the other ones didn't do so hot.
But every time when we go out, it'll be so noisy.
Yeah.
It is noisy, like really.
Rose has her babies.
Yeah. Yeah, while we were gone, Rose also had her babies, but we're gonna hold that off for another video. We'll have it out hopefully next week. But
Yeah.
She did finally have babies. I know we've been waiting for a while, and it finally happened right when the snow hit. It's about the way it goes.
Worst. Yeah, one of the worst days.
How many goats do you have? So there's Rose,
Rose, Floppy,
Floppy, Snowflake,
Ginger,
Ginger.
Pearl,
Pearl,
Caramel.
Gala,
Is it counting the little girl?
Yeah.
3 babies.
I have 10 right now, counting Rose's baby.
10.
10.
10.
10. But most of them are babies.
Mm-hmm.
Part of them came from the Eddie's farm also.
They're a mess.
Yeah, they like to get into
They're
everything.
like little mountain goats.
Yeah, they climb on everything.
Have to get them down there. And that's my earring.
Peggy, we've not had any trouble with the raccoons here, so I don't know. I'm not sure any advice to give for that.
Mhm.
Like I said, we've never lived in a place where we've had trouble with raccoons.
We have
Every now and then
some.
we'll have a possum or a skunk come up, but no raccoons.
My Alaska. Is it my Alaska? Can't read.
Hey, my Alaska.
Sorry, I'm having trouble reading it from this distance. So yeah, do that.
Hmm.
How many animals altogether do we have?
That's a hard question.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we'll say 10 pigs, but 8 of them are babies that will be going to new homes soon, hopefully.
Mhm.
I'm just gonna roughly say
5 donkeys,
Mhm.
3 mini horses,
Mhm.
1 llama.
Yep.
7 emu.
Yep.
4, 5, 6 sheep.
Mhm.
10 goats.
And we can
3 peacocks.
thought we had
3.
How many chickens do we have?
7 rabbits plus the babies. They'll be going
Yeah.
to the freezer or new
Uh,
homes.
Plus the other 3 in the
Oh yeah,
4,
we are not
11.
putting
11
anything.
rabbits.
11 rabbits.
And then we've got several chickens,
Mhm.
1 guinea, and 5 turkeys. 6 turkeys.
6, yeah.
Yeah, 4 males and 2 females.
Did you get the ducks?
I know, and some ducks.
Yeah, I don't remember how many ducks we have, truthfully.
It's like sticks.
Because so we sold 2 ducks. So yeah, however many that adds up to. And like the chickens, I don't have any idea because we hatched out several of those, and some of them we sold, some of them we gave away, and then some are just running around. So
2 are out, I think.
yeah.
There's either like 2 or 3 separate.
And then
chickens
we've
around.
got some American breast chickens. I think there's 22 of those, maybe.
Something like that.
But part of those, we just got those. The roosters will process on those all except for a couple, because we're hoping to be able to hatch out our own
Mhm.
baby chicks from those. That way we can raise some for processing and also have for egg laying and stuff like that.
Hmm.
We're hoping to be able to become self-sustainable on that, where we don't have to buy broiler chicks to
Mhm.
process for the freezer, and we can just raise the American breasts and hatch out our own chicks for it.
Hello, Debbie.
Hey Debbie. Hey Isaiah's granny. Thanks for coming over.
Yep.
Southern California in the Mojave Desert.
Why is it called a wasabi desert?
Mojave.
Oh,
Let's see.
what kind of pigs
Hello,
do we
Butler Family Farm.
Do it. What's the weather like in the Mojave Desert?
What kind of pigs do we have?
Berkshire. They're not registered, but they're full-blooded. The mom and dad are both full-blooded or purebred. Because I think on the one, the Hulk, the dad, there was just a problem with the paperwork getting his registration, but we didn't need it for what we were doing. And then Betty, she just didn't have any because where we got her from, they didn't have it.
She's a wild.
Hmm?
The baby piglets are wild.
Hello, Marcia.
Well, they're cute, but wild. They're wild.
Thanks for joining us.
McCrory, Arkansas. That is over. Is that around, but like between Searcy and Newport, something like that? I think. Maybe farther east, but it's over that way.
You all ready for bed?
No.
I think so.
I think it's time to put y'all to bed. All right, I'll be back.
No, I don't want to go bed.
That's time.
No, it's not.
30 people, 31 people.
Tell them bye.
Bye.
So see y'all next time. Okay. It's a few minutes past their bedtime, but they wanted to make sure that they got to join in, so we let them stay up a little later. Like I said, usually Izzy's for sure asleep by now. Abby, if you didn't make her go to bed, she would stay up all the time. Yeah, Debbie, we have, I guess it'd be Jerry's brother here. It's another Royal Palm that whenever we purchased them, we had 3 male Royal Palms and we sold 2 of them. My Alaska is only 97,980 away from 100,000. You're a little bit closer than us. Let's see. Sorry, I'm just trying to get caught up to make sure we didn't miss anything. If you said something and we missed it, just say it again. Like I said, I know we don't have that many people in here, but it's a lot for us, so we're getting used to it. Let's see. Where I live, we post rain days. My Alaska, Idaho pasture pigs. What are those? Trying to think. Is that the kind? I think his name was Carl Blake. Is that something that he had done, or is that different? Because I know he had bred one. I don't remember what it was called, but it was something like that, I thought. Okay, yeah, I think that's the same one. I'm not positive, but my Alaska, I think so. So they're supposed to be good on pasture and good fat content with marbling, something like that. But it's not just a large pig like the Coonies. Hamilton. Laura lives in Hamilton City, California. What part of California is that? Is that toward the south or central? West. Okay. Okay, my Alaska is Bill. Okay, I will try to remember that, but if not, just remind me. Butler Family Farm. Good luck on finding turkeys. Around here, it seems to be hard. It could be just the wrong year. It seems like the ones we got, they were straight runs, but the bulk of them were males. And so we had That's why we sold some of them, is because we had way too many males, and we got one female in that bunch, and then one of the turkey eggs that we hatched out from the Walkers ended up being a female also. So we've got 2 female turkeys with our 4 male. We were going to have one of the males for Thanksgiving, but it just didn't seem like it was quite ready. But the fact that it's a heritage breed, I know it's not going to fill out like the broad-breasted breed, but we just didn't want to take a chance on processing, going through the trouble of processing it, and then being disappointed and still having to go out and buy a turkey. Okay, that might be something to look into, Bill, because our Berkshires do a lot more than just the first couple of inches. But the one reason we kind of like that where they're at, because we had a weed problem there that had roots that had a bunch of rhizomes, and so we actually use them where they are to dig those up and to eat them, and hopefully get that cleaned up. We can use as a garden spot eventually. Maybe you can get an incubator and hatch your own eggs, chickens, and turkeys. Yep, we do have an incubator. We bought, it's a pretty large one. It's a GQF, like a 1502 Sportsman. I don't know, it'll hold like a couple hundred chicken eggs, I think. But we got it mainly for the emu eggs. Whenever they start laying, we needed something. We wanted to be able to hatch our own eggs, but we also needed something to be big enough to handle the emu eggs once they started laying. But we still got another year on that. So we bought it. And last year, well, in the spring, I don't know, I probably hatched out a couple hundred chicken eggs. And it was mainly just for fun and to learn. But there for a while, we had chickens running all over the place. And we have a lot of new people in here. We appreciate y'all.
Very much.
If y'all have any questions or anything you want to know about us, I mean, you might not have seen any of our videos, not very many of them, but feel free to ask, because we will do our best to answer them.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the chicken eggs we had was just like the chicken eggs we hatched were just like a barnyard mix. Little bit of everything, because we had a bunch of Easter eggers, olive eggers, a few barred rock, and so it was just a good mixture of eggs. But we're wanting to get more toward doing purebred eggs, and so like I said, the big thing is the American breast, because we're hoping that's going to be something good where we can process the males and have the females for laying hens. But I don't know. We'll just have to see how it goes, because we won't be able to process our first breasts until it'll be either right before the Okie Homesteading Expo or right after, because they say like 16 to 20 weeks on them, which is quite a bit longer. But I mean, for us, that's not a big deal.
No.
If you were selling the meat, I don't know that would be the most profitable way to do it, because they take up a lot of space while they were growing out. Found our live on the home YouTube page under live. Well, that's neat.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us.
Laura asks if the llama's friendly.
He's not friendly, but
he won't let you pet him or anything. But
now,
he will come right up to the fence to you.
Yeah. Now, if you like put him in a catch pen and like catch him and put a halter on him, you can pet him then. But he's not just going to come up and let you pet all over him. So he is friendly, but he's not like pet friendly. Let's see. Brandon, what kind are y'all going to be hatching out? Because my hope is that our turkeys will start laying, and we can. The next thing I want to incubate is turkey eggs.
Yes.
And hopefully we can get some females going, because right now we're male heavy. Connie is new to our program and in the process of learning more about our farm and family. Well, just to give you a quick rundown, I'm Kevin. That's Kimberly. Our
Hey.
kids are Abby and Izzy, 10, well, fixing to be 10 and 6. We live in Central Arkansas. We're on the part that we're actually on is like 10 acres, but we're on our family farm where I grew up, and the little section that it's on is like 60 something acres, but we're on like a 10-acre corner of it. We do a lot of gardening, canning, baking.
Homeschool the kiddos.
Yeah, we started that this year,
Mhm.
so that's new to us. Kimberly was homeschooled, so she knew more
Yeah.
about it than me. I had to go to public school, so which I enjoyed it. I mean, it's a small town. I enjoy as much as school could be enjoyed. I mean, I'd rather been out doing other things, but I'm glad that we made the sacrifices we had to make to be able to homeschool the girls.
Mhm.
Because at first, I just wasn't sure. Since I had never experienced, I wasn't sure how I was going to feel about it or like it. But it's worked out pretty well because my work schedule, I'm in law enforcement. She's in physical therapy field, and my schedule rotates a lot. And so homeschooling has made it where we can kind of school around our schedules a little better. And so, like, if I'm off in the middle of the week, the kids may do school on the weekends. And that way, on whenever I'm off and she's off, we have time to go do stuff and things like that. We've got lots of animals. We have animals for some for fun and enjoyment, and then some for meat. Chickens for eggs. Don't have any cows right now. We used to sell meat at the farmers market, but whenever everything hit in 2020, meat processors filled up. We had animals that were ready to go to the butcher house, and you couldn't get them in, and it was like a 2-year wait list, which that fixed itself over time. But people panicked and booked up all the dates, and so that kind of put a halt on that for us, and we just worried about taking care of our family's needs and things like that. So that puts us up to about here.
Mhm.
Let's see. Butler Family Farm, we have one llama,
Mhm.
one male llama. Whenever we were actually looking, we were looking for alpacas, but we didn't really know the difference between alpacas and llamas. Well, we did if you had time to sit and look at them.
Yeah.
But when they're running through the auction ring, we thought we were getting an alpaca, and he ended up being a young llama. And then I went back and we figured that out. And by that time, we couldn't find any female llamas left in the auction, so we missed out. We went to another auction looking for female llamas. They only had a couple of good ones,
Yeah.
and we didn't bring any of those home either because they went sky high. And so we've got one male llama who has made best friends with our sheep.
Yeah.
Let's see. Most likely, okay. Brandon said most likely Orpington, Jubilee, Slashes, Chocolate, and Yellow. Okay, sounds like you got a pretty good group going. Do y'all have, Brandon? What kind of incubator do y'all have? Is it the, I don't even remember what they're called, but like the little 41 egg with a turner in it? Because that's what we've hatched out both. We've got, we actually have 3 different types of incubators. We've got the big one, which unless you have a lot of eggs, there's no sense in kicking it on and running it, which, I mean, it does its own thing. But we also have the ones that have like a little 41 egg thing. And then Abby won a little incubator at the Okie Homesteading Expo last year, a Hatchmate, which it will hold. I don't remember. It's got little plates and stuff. And if you had more plates, you could fit more eggs in it. But it's only a handful of eggs. But all of them have hatched out stuff. So we've had success with all. The big one, I think we're like a little over 90% hatch rate, probably in the 80s on the other
70s
two.
or 80s,
Yeah. And we hatched quail out in it too, but the success rate wasn't very great for quail, but I don't know if it was the eggs or the incubator, but
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm gonna get caught back up. Peggy says public schools are crazy scary these days. A lot of them are. Like I said, smaller town Arkansas, it's a little better than a lot of places, but it's still, we have a lot more control over their education now, and we do use a curriculum. It's a Christian-based curriculum,
Which is
but-
nice to incorporate that too.
yeah. But so the way it is, we bought it's like a full year curriculum for their grade, so it has everything laid out by day,
Mhm.
and it's like 170 something days or something like that in it, and so they can complete the lessons kind of at their own pace. If they like, some days they may do a couple of math lessons and then a couple of history lessons another day, not necessarily all of them in the same order, but it works out pretty good that way. Izzy, she's in kindergarten, so she stays a little ahead. Sometimes she'll do 2 days worth of lessons in one day. Mainly because she likes school, and it's a lot easier than what Abby's school is because she's in 4th grade.
Yeah. Let's see.
Yeah, Neil says that thanks to Eddie's, he's got a growing collection of host sitting channels. Well, we're glad we're one of those.
Yep.
Let's see. Sherman, probably so. Brandon has been very good to us, so
Mhm.
he's helped us out a lot. Him and the
Yeah.
Walkers both.
Mhm.
Bill, we will make sure that we subscribe to your channel
For sure.
later to check it out.
Alpaca spit.
Yeah,
Yes.
let's see. Llamas do too, but so far we've
Mhm.
not had that issue with ours. Let's see. I wish that would go away.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't know if we'll buy any llamas at an auction or not, but we'll see. Brandon,
Mhm.
like I said, we're still going to go, or we plan to if I can
Mhm.
take off work, because we just enjoy it, but I don't know
Mhm.
how much faith we're going to put in them.
Yeah.
Let's see. Connie says you and Brandon know each other through being police officers. No, we actually we met initially at the Okie Homesteading Expo, but like it was just a brief
The first one, yeah.
meet. Yeah, the first one. He was handing out cards to, it was Rustic
Rustic
Woodworks
Woodworks.
at the time. So we've still got that business card
Yeah.
somewhere from where he gave that out. And then we went to the video creators class. He was there. Well, I don't even know that we really,
I don't know that we even.
I don't know that
talked.
we even talked then, or if we did, it was briefly.
Mhm.
And then there was the first auction that we went to that was over
Last
close to
spring.
the Walkers, and
Y'all just started talking.
yeah, talked briefly then, and then it was shortly after that that we just made the connection and started talking, and so it was kind of just through a collection of all the events going on in Oklahoma that we came across each other, but they're good people and good friends.
Mhm.
Let's see. Okay, the styrofoam, yeah, that's the ones that we've had. Those incubators with the styrofoam casings, we've had, like I said, pretty good luck with those. I mean, for the cost, they're actually pretty good little
Yeah.
incubators. Okay, yeah. Brandon beat us to the answer on that. I guess I'm gonna have to speed up. I thought I was doing good at the time.
400 egg incubator. 3 or 4 48 egg ones.
Let's see. She talks a lot.
Hmm.
He said I don't talk much. She does.
Yeah, I actually do.
Sometimes I don't know. I may just talk, not really over her, but before her.
Yeah.
Let's see. How are we so far behind?
I don't know.
Okay,
We got
let's
to
see.
talking about something.
Oh, Old Pecan Homestead has a wine cooler converted to an incubator.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I'd like to see that. That'd be neat to see.
Mm-hmm.
And thank y'all for joining us too.
Yeah.
And then whenever y'all do y'all's live, make sure you let us know there that we know about it. Because for some reason, we don't always get notifications on
Mhm.
lives. Because there's been several times, and I'll look and it shows that I'm subscribed and I've got the bell on to the black where it's supposed to notify on everything, but we still don't get them. And so if you'll make sure we know, we'll do our best to be there. 'Cause I know y'all had mentioned in one of y'all's videos recently about doing a live soon. I guess, did y'all survive the cold okay? I was watching y'all's video earlier, taking care of all the animals in the cold, but I don't know when that was filmed. Okay. Let's see. Okay, I think we're caught up now for the most part.
Why don't you say hi to Betty?
Huh?
Betty.
Oh, nope.
Hey, Betty.
Yeah, actually, Betty, our temperatures, they're still cold right now, but it's not as bad as what it was. Because, like, today we were in the 30s.
Mhm.
And so it was still below freezing for most of the day, but it actually, until the wind kicked in, it didn't feel terrible. But as the sun started going down and the wind was going and we were trying to finish up outside with the
Yeah.
animals, it was like cutting through everything.
5 o'clock or 5:30. It was rough.
Yeah, well, it was bad enough because part of our water hoses are froze with ice in them. I've got a few that I've gotten working the other day when it warmed up, and I've been draining the water out of them each day. So carrying buckets, I'd fill a bucket up, and then I'd put the water hose in another while I was carrying that one, and ice was actually freezing to the handles in between.
8 in Missouri, Southwest Missouri.
Hmm.
Goodness.
I don't think it's that bad here right now.
Not right now. It was a few days ago.
Yeah. We're at 23 with a wind chill. It feels like 16. So cold, but not that cold.
Mhm.
Let's see. Willie Brewer found us through Brandon sharing our live. Well, thanks for joining us. We
Yep.
appreciate it. Glad you stopped over. Said we've mainly been talking about our trip that we recently took as part of the girls' Christmas present down to San Antonio, and then getting ready for all this winter weather,
Yeah.
which they have us forecasted for ice on Monday. So
Yeah.
which is worse than snow. So we may be dealing with it again, but I'm hoping maybe that the forecast will change before Monday. Let's see. I love watching, but you guys all deserve a great amount of credit. Well, thank you, Betty.
Yep. Thanks.
Let's see. Yeah. Next major things we have going is finishing up. We're working on building a bigger enclosure for the peacocks. We've got it mostly done. It's just got a little bit more to go.
Mhm.
That's going to be I don't know if that'll be our next video, but that's coming out soon.
Mhm.
Because we ran into a problem with it that slowed us down.
Yeah.
And then I'm also building a different style chicken tractor that we'll be having. I'll have a video on that. Part of that soon. It may just be in a video. I don't think it's going to be a whole video about it because I'm not going to show the whole process because it being the first one, it was kind of a pain at times, but I learned a few tricks along the way to make the next one easier. But we're going to give that a try because with the Siskovich style chicken tractor, you can actually walk inside them. It's not just lifting the lid to get in. And so I think we'll like those a little bit better, but they're a little different to put together. Another thing would be fencing because we're going to move the big pigs to a different spot because the area they are is going to be a garden spot, and they've rooted it up and got rid of a lot of the weeds and stuff like we had wanted them to. So I'll probably be moving them soon. And then the other is getting the big pen. There's a few areas where the goats kept getting out. I'll probably fix something so they can't get out of there anymore and get them moved back in. Eventually we'll need to install taller fencing, but like I'd like to do 8 feet, but I think trying to find that wire has been a pain, and it's very expensive what I have found. So we may end up going like 6 or 7, or maybe like a 6 foot with a couple strands of something above it. But that'll probably be when it's warmer. We'll probably be putting a front deck on the house.
Yeah.
And some flower beds. That'll be
so excited
spring project, or a little more spring-like weather. I don't want to be doing it in the dead of winter, but
no.
Then we'll have to get seeds started for the garden. So we try to start all of our own seeds with there. We do buy some plants here and there for the garden, but for the most part, we start everything from seeds. Let's see. Old Pecan Home said we'll probably make a post and schedule our live since we don't usually go live. Yes, the cold hasn't been too hard. We lost a couple of 4-year-old chickens. Oh, yeah. That's all right. We're usually behind too. So.
Yeah. Ice is worse than snow. Been getting snow and freezing rain past few days. Snowed last night. Those had to go to work. It was rough.
Yeah, because here we end up with about 3 inches of snow. Like I said, we were gone when it actually happened because we were in San Antonio because we thought the weather was going to be a little nicer. Of course, we didn't know it was supposed to snow at the time the trip was booked.
Yeah.
But we ended up driving home in it. The roads actually weren't that bad. In some areas, it showed there was like ice patches and stuff, but it was mostly on the exit ramps. Some of the secondary roads were a little icy, but we didn't have any trouble. We were just in the van, so it's front wheel drive. Yeah, the ice looks nice on the trees until it gets so much that it starts falling and taking down power lines. Luckily, we had an ice storm back in
a couple years ago.
No, I'm talking about the one that was a long time ago. It's back whenever I was younger. I don't know. It was before we were married, but it took out power. We were out power for several days. But after that, the electric company set crews out, and they actually cleared back most of the trees anywhere around the power lines. And so ever since then, we may have like a few hours outage every now and then, but nothing like days like that time. So, and they were just out re-clearing the right-of-ways in the last month or so. So hopefully we won't have trouble with that. 2009. There was one in 2009, but we were married then.
Yeah.
And so there was one before that we had too. It may have been the 07. I don't know.
2009 one.
That's when I had to go to Jonesboro.
Yeah. And I wound up, I was off for a day, but then I had to go to work one day and
It was right after we got married. We got
Mhm.
married in December of 2009.
Do you know how to drive on icy roads?
Well enough. I don't like to. I mean, if they're really icy, I'm usually pretty tense afterwards, but I can get around because I usually just take it easy and don't slam on the brakes or try to turn real fast. But part of the road, so when we were coming home, they looked shiny, and so I wasn't sure, but it was in Texas still, but it was just like the oil on the road from where it's like chip and seal and the gravel had worn off. And so, because I actually slowed down a couple times to check just to make sure it wasn't slick and ice, because I didn't want to end up wrecking our way home. But like I said, it wasn't bad. No, a Tahoe, which I've not had it on the ice yet, so I don't know. Because I used to have a Charger, and then I had an Explorer, which the Explorer being all-wheel drive, you could go anywhere in it, didn't have any trouble at all. But like I said, now I have a Tahoe, so I'm not sure how it's going to be. Let's see.
Trying to see if I missed something.
Hmm?
Trying to see if I missed any.
Yeah, it might have been 2007 that was that big ice storm, but I'm not sure. I can't remember.
I'm originally from South Arkansas, so nothing ever was quite as bad down there as it is kind of gets up here sometimes. So there was one year that was really bad down there, but I don't remember what year it was.
There was one year whenever we were living down there that it got snow down there, but none up here. It was like backwards. Here in Virginia, they salt the roads when bad weather's coming. Driving slower is best way to get around in bad weather like that. Yeah, here they use like a salt brine treatment, but as cold as the weather was, it wasn't working.
Yeah.
Because I think it's only good down to like 22 degrees or something, I think they said. And so when we were at like 0 or 2 or 3 degrees, the salt brine it wouldn't allow it to melt.
Keep talking about that one year.
Huh?
Stephanie said we keep talking about that one year.
Yeah. Well, it was a bad year. Brandon wants to know how we met. We met whenever I first went to work for the agency I worked for. I was sent to South Arkansas, and we met whenever I was down there.
Yep.
And then I spent 4 years down there, and then we moved back north.
Prettier country of this part of the state.
Yeah.
I feel like. Although sometimes the hills, I mean, it can be a blessing and a curse.
Yeah, because she was used to flat country, and whenever we first moved up here, she was having to work in Little Rock, and there was some icy or snowy weather, and
yeah,
there's a big hill right before the place she was working at, and she made it there. Got kind of sideways, kind of made her nervous, and she had to end up turning around and coming back home. But
I called him bawling, and he had to walk me through on the phone the steps of how to get my car turned back around. And I called my boss, and I was like, I can't make it because I can't get up the hill. And she was like, it's okay, honey. Just go home.
yeah, but
But
and the thing
yeah.
was, is we were probably like lived 45 minutes
Mhm.
from there, and I mean, she was probably like 5 minutes from work
Yes.
and just couldn't do it.
Mhm. Plus, I mean, I'm always a nervous wreck driving on anything. I can drive on, you know, nasty roads a little bit better now than I could since I've had a little practice with him teaching, but I still don't like it. And back then I had no idea because I had never driven on any of it.
Yeah. Which, like I said, we didn't know they were that bad because where we were, it wasn't terrible, and the main roads weren't. But like I said, it was just that one hill, and she had a rear-wheel drive
Yeah.
vehicle.
Explorer or something at the time.
Yeah. It was I forgot what year it was. 08?
What?
08 Explorer? 09?
Yeah.
I don't
think
remember. It was an
I don't
Explorer that
remember.
was rear-wheel drive. Yeah, either all-wheel drive or front-wheel drive cars are the only way to go.
Mhm.
All-wheel drive is the best, but on ice stuff, front-wheel drive's better than rear-wheel drive.
Mhm. Stephanie said that's it. That's the whole love story.
Yep. Are you sure it's still talking about that year? Let's see. Yeah, four-wheel drive can almost be as bad as
Mhm.
two-wheel drive. The problem with four-wheel drive is some people who have four-wheel drives, they put it four-wheel drives and they think they're invincible and they just want to drive like normal road conditions, and they're driving faster than their ability. But like it can help getting around with four-wheel drive, but like I said, all-wheel drive is where it's at. I think that's probably the best. How much ice are y'all expecting in Southwest Missouri? Because here it's supposed to be, I think they say greater than a tenth or something like that, or 100. No, because it says substantial. We're right in the area of the darker stuff, so I'm not sure what we're gonna get, but they keep upping it, so I'm hoping they're wrong and it just misses us. Yeah, the turns are tough on four-wheel drive. Yeah.
Yeah.
That is true because it tries to fight you. Ooh, a quarter to a half inch of ice. I don't think we're supposed to get that much, but I think it's more like around a tenth for us. But y'all are gonna have some major stuff down with that much ice.
Yeah.
Limbs and trees and everything else.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's called four-wheel drive, not four-wheel stop or Yeah, that's the thing. It's just because it drives, the four-wheel drive drives, it's still not going to stop any quicker or anything else. So
Peggy said they need to make snowmobiles with cabs street legal.
yeah, I'm good with us just not getting snow. Like I said, the snow we got, I guess it was 2 weeks ago now. That was nice because it's here for like a day and then it was gone.
Mm-hmm.
That snow's not bad.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, half inch. Yeah, that's gonna be power line. That could be bad at a half inch. Hopefully, they miss it and it's a lot less. But
3 feet of snow right now.
Oh goodness!
Wow.
We've got a little bit of snow left in the shade still, but
Yeah.
for the most part today, with the sun out, a lot of it went away.
Mhm.
But that's been the longest snow's really stayed for a while, except for that time we got like 19 inches, but
Yeah.
it stayed around for a while. But for 3 inches, this stayed around for a good
Yeah,
bit
it really did.
because it was so cold. Yeah, she wished it would have snowed because how cold it was.
Yeah.
Well, you could have drove over to Arkansas and got you some snow,
Yeah.
or even up northeast Oklahoma.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, whenever we were down in San Antonio, evidently, I mean, we saw later by watching, I think it was Bar 7, that there was like snow at Gatesville or just northwest of Waco, but there was no snow where we were. There was a little bit of like freezing drizzle one day,
Mm-hmm.
but it was gone the next day. It's not bad. She's good with her mud. Ugh.
Mm.
Yeah, that's what we're going to be dealing with soon because after the ground freezes like this, has all that snow and it soaks in, and then next week I think we have a bunch of rain coming. The ground is going to be a mucky mess here.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not looking forward to that. Where we're at is on a hill, but a lot of our stuff is at the bottom of the hill, and so
Mm-hmm.
it's going to be nasty when all this weather
Yeah.
sets in.
Wow.
7 to 8 feet of I can't even
I
imagine.
can't imagine.
Like I would have to. I don't know. I mean, I've seen like on TV and stuff, but like I can't imagine being somewhere with 7 to 8 feet of snow on the ground.
Mm-mm.
I mean, that's crazy. I think I'd like to see it for maybe like a minute or two and then
Mhm.
leave, but
But be able to have that
Yeah.
option.
yeah, Stephanie, we have ice on Monday, and then I think rain comes later in the week.
Mm-hmm.
So
Rain, I think Tuesday through Friday.
yeah, so it's gonna be a nasty week.
That's if they didn't miss the forecast entirely too. So hopefully it does warm up like they're saying it's supposed to.
I'm usually not a snow person, but like I said the other day, whenever I was off when it snowed, it was actually fun to get out and play with the girls in it. But I don't like working in the snow, or like even having to take care of animals in the snow because all the waters are frozen and things like that.
Mhm.
The way we're laid out, we don't really have power we could run like tank heaters or anything like that to it. So it's just a matter of dumping out ice and refilling with water. Let's see. They had a tunnel slide from the eave to the cabin to the front door. Oh, the eave of the cabin to the front door. That's crazy.
Just, yeah.
Huh?
That video she was talking about.
Mm-mm.
Wow, that's good. Saw a video of Telegram. Someone's cabin buried to the second story, looked like 4 feet on the rooftop.
Mm.
That's when they said they had a tunnel slide from the eave of the cabin to the front door.
It's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Huh. Rarely even get a hint of snow in London, despite being on the same latitude as Calgary.
Not getting snow is not a bad thing.
No. You know, as a kid, you always want snow, but definitely not all it's cracked up to be.
Let's see. Yeah, like I said, it can be fun, but like I said, whenever you actually have responsibilities, more so than just going out and playing in it and coming back,
Yeah.
it's not any fun that way.
Yeah.
And mud can be a lot of fun too when you're a kid, but when you're having to traipse through it to take care of animals, haul feed and water, it's not any fun either.
Yeah.
Sherman, you may have to go find you some. Yeah, that is true.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever you have all the animals dependent on you, then
Mm-hmm.
it's not near as fun. Yeah, Sherman, you're just going to have to go either north or somewhere where there's a bunch of snow to play in it and then just go home. Because that's one thing that we had talked about that we'd like to do sometime is actually, because we hadn't had a good snow in a while since the girls have been old enough to play in it. And so I was like, we need to sometime just go somewhere where there's a really good snow, let them play in it, but then we can leave and come home. But then we end up getting snow in, so they got to play in it anyhow. Snow cone machine.
Neil said, "Mud, it's fun when you're a kid, but not so much when you have to do the laundry yourself." True that.
Yeah.
And Willie, when you get older, falling and sled wrecks hurt a whole lot more. That is true.
Yeah. Yeah, Kimberly's had to clean the girls' clothes up pretty good. We've got an old, I think it's an old short. There's one day there was right out front of one of the high tunnels. There was this big old mud hole, and we were working inside, and they were supposed to be outside. Don't go in the mud. Don't play in the mud. Next thing we know, we look out, and they are covered in it.
Swimming in it.
Yes, swimming in the mud, hair plastered down with mud. I mean, for a minute, I thought I had two little boys because they were having a ball. It was funny. It was fun to see them playing it, but it was a mess to clean up. They didn't like having to get hosed off outside because I took the water hose to them, and they did not like that at all. But sometimes you just gotta pay the price.
Betty said, after falling in the mud and spending 13 days in the hospital, I'm housebound till spring when the yard dries out. Oh, goodness.
Yeah.
That sounds like not so much fun.
Miserable.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess if you're going to be stuck inside, at least it's the winter.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had snow ice cream whenever I was a kid too, which we've had it some since we've made it a few times, but I don't know.
We made some last year, didn't we?
I don't know if it's last year or the year before.
I don't remember.
But it's pretty good.
Mm-hmm. The girls thought it was the coolest thing ever, so.
Let's see. Okay, they're talking about in Alaska. Yeah, I don't know if all of Alaska's cold. I mean, I would assume that all of it's pretty much the same being up north, but
Peggy said we used to spray Scotch Guard on our jeans to play in the snow.
Huh.
I'd never thought about that.
No, it's an idea though.
Mm-hmm.
Now the girls, they've got snowsuits that are really thick coverall type things that they wear, and it usually keeps them pretty warm. And they don't
keeps them dry. That's the main thing.
Yeah, because it's and I don't think they stain up that bad.
These don't. The last ones did, but it's a different brand. But I think we got them in last year after all the snow was finished. They were supposed to have gotten here before it, but then there was a delay. So
yeah, because we knew the snow was supposed to be coming. We tried their old snowsuits on them, and they'd outgrown them, and so we ordered more. And then I wonder if they got lost in the mail or if it just took longer to ship than what they said.
It took longer to ship.
I think we got them from Amazon,
Mhm.
didn't we? Yeah, Amazon. Which usually Amazon's pretty good, but sometimes they miss their mark.
Yeah.
We've got, let's see. Oh, the other thing we're going to be doing soon is processing chickens. So we will probably do a video of that, but I don't know. It just depends on how it goes and
Yeah.
how the weather is. If the weather will cooperate where we can take the time to do a video, we will. If not, then it may have to wait until the next round. But we're going to process those and get them in the freezer. The rest of our processing stuff should be in next week. And the chickens probably have another week after that.
Yeah.
I think the weather will be a little better then too.
Looks like it might be.
Let's see.
3 main areas of Alaska. Lots of rain, moderate cold, and lots of snow. Moderate snow and extreme cold.
Well, okay. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the cold. I'd rather take 100-degree temperatures any day than freezing temperatures, but
Mhm.
that's just me. I'd like hopefully we have an actual spring this year instead of going from winter to summer, because usually we miss spring and we miss fall, and it goes from
We missed
summer
fall
to
this
winter
year.
and winter to summer.
I was breaking pond ice. I didn't realize water was all up and down my leg until I got into the warm truck and it melted.
See you later, butlers.
It's like my pants froze to the surface.
Oh,
Yikes.
yeah, that's the bad thing, is that when it's this cold and you get water on you, I mean, and you get cold, it's hard to get warmed back
Mhm.
up from that. So that's the biggest thing for us, is just trying to stay dry while we're out there,
Mhm.
because it seems like if you get wet in that mess, it just takes so long to get warmed back up.
I was carrying water earlier and happened to spill it. And I mean, it's only in the 30s right now, but still.
Raising chickens in the winter. Meat chicken's not a big fan of
Yeah.
it. It's it's harder to keep them warm. It's
Eat a
hard.
lot.
They eat a lot more, probably because they're trying to stay warm, and they don't gain near as fast. And
Mhm.
plus, you don't have the grass and bugs and stuff for them to eat. So, not a huge fan, but we needed some chicken, so that's what we're doing. But after this, we'll probably time it so that we can end it in the fall rather than carrying them over the winter.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, it's not been a very fun process,
Mhm.
because we're raising them in a tractor, pulling them around, but it's still a pain. Debbie, I grew up in Tucson, Arizona, and now live in Kansas City. Should take Tucson's weather any day. Yeah, I figure I would too. I used my hands to get ice out of the horse's water the other night. My hands were froze when I got finished.
Oh,
It was 12 degrees outside.
yikes.
Yeah. I was doing something the other day in my hand. I forgot what I was doing.
Working on the pipes stuff. Or was it the diesel?
No, because my gloves got wet. What was I?
Was it the diesel thing? Was it
Yeah,
that
it
night?
might have been. Yeah, trying to get the diesel tank where I could get diesel out for the tube heater, and it was miserable. And
Mhm.
like I said, I had a heat gun out there, and quite a time I was having to use it on my hands, but it was
Mhm.
miserable. Yeah, we've lost a few of our meat birds too, and like I said, it's just for no apparent reason from what we tell. I mean, they seem fine, and then we'll lose one, but we're not losing one daily. But
Yeah. Thank goodness.
yeah, if we did, we'd be out soon. But
Yeah.
we definitely probably won't do it again in the winter.
Mm-mm.
Not the dead of winter, anyhow. But like I said, when we had initially figured it, though, we should have already processed them if they would have gained like normal. But
Yeah.
they're a little slow, so we're just giving them a little bit longer, and there'll probably be some expensive birds too by the time it's all said and done.
Yep.
And then plus, like I said, if the weather doesn't cooperate, it's not going to be fun processing them in the winter either. Oh, the Max.
Hey,
How are y'all? Thanks for stopping in.
yeah.
Yeah, I didn't figure you were actually losing one a day, but we're not losing like on a
Yeah.
regular basis, but we have lost some. But like I said, we're hoping that with the American breast that things will change with that, because like just looking, we got those chicks the same week as we did the meat birds, and they just seem more hardy. Just if you put the two together, the breasts just look a lot better. Let's see. Sherman's Family Farm. I bought the fingers to make my own plucker, but since I put the pro and procast, I haven't made it. Oh, good night, Connie.
Good night, Connie.
Yeah, that is us, Sherman. A lot of times we have a lot of good ideas, and so we decided it was best just to buy a plucker rather than trying to make them. Because I've seen a lot of conversions, but like for old washing machines and things like that, but it just seemed like it would be easier. Well, I know it would be easier to just get the plucker.
Yeah.
And I mean, it'll last us for a long time. So I think the
Mhm.
investment will be worth it. But
Yeah.
like I said, I watched a lot of videos on how to make one, but I just don't know that. I just don't know that we'd get it done in time. Yeah, we knew that because we saw that y'all had some of the breasts, and also that Cassie had some, and just so happened there was a poultry um, hatchery that had the breasts, and they were on sale, so we ended up buying some chicks. And like I said, they look really good. We actually did pretty good on hens to rooster ratio.
Definitely this time.
Because we're going to process the rooster we have, but we got quite a few hens that'll be in the group, which is good for us because we want to get the eggs and incubate those ourselves. Good night, Betty.
Good night.
Hello, Sunshine. Yeah, the thing with the breast is just the, like I said, if you're doing it for yourselves, just the length of time it takes to grow one out. Because like I said, everything we've read 16 to 20 weeks. And so that's fine for us, but we'll just have to make sure that we plan accordingly whenever we race them out, that we hit it right so that they don't take up all the space we have.
Yeah.
While they're trying to grow out. Yeah, we're only getting an egg or two every now and then.
Yeah.
They're not laying consistently. We'd hit a dry spell and they just started back, and then it got bitterly cold, and then they stopped again.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, the other day we got one egg, and then one today. No, yesterday, but none today. And so it's just hit or miss right now, but hopefully they'll start back soon. Our breasts should start laying in March. Misty, did y'all get y'all's water back working correctly? I saw where y'all's had froze up as well. We had the same issue, except for ours was mostly our drain pipes, not the water coming in.
Yeah.
But when the drain freezes up, it has nowhere to go. So we're pretty much in the same boat. But we finally got it thawed out after several hours.
Did you see Neil's comment?
No.
You need Spanish chickens. All you have to do is say "Olay" to get them started.
Oh, me.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we may all need Spanish chickens if it's that easy.
Yeah, after this cold spell with all the troubles with the water lines and everything, never been so thankful to have running water that works in our house. I mean, you take it for granted until it's not there. And then you're like, oh man, I can't take a shower right now, or have to wait a little while or, you know.
Yeah, I told her the only thing that would make that day better was if we didn't have power too. But thankfully we had power,
Thankfully.
and thankfully the Tractor Supply in Central Texas had a diesel powered tube heater that we could use to thaw everything out. Because we had checked several places and most of them you had to order it in, but they had one in stock. And so on our way home from San Antonio, we just took a small little detour, grabbed it, and brought it home so we could thaw things out.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we appreciate you coming, Sunshine.
Yes, thank you. For us, part of our well had frozen up. Even though we had a heat lamp on it, there was just not enough heat.
Yeah, for us, what we did is we like I said, we were going to be out of town because we had it scheduled before we knew the temperature, but we left water dripping, but the drains froze, so the water overflowed and it was a mess.
Mm-hmm.
But it could have been worse. Like I said, it didn't tear up a
Definitely.
lot of stuff. Once everything was thawed out, we didn't have any pipes broke or anything like that. It was just a mess.
Very thankful though that it was what it was.
Yeah. But now when we have super cold weather, we now have a heater that we can just put on to blow under there and keep everything thawed. Oh, okay. Yeah, the chickens.
My-
Yeah.
Mycoplasma.
Yeah, I've heard of that.
Oh, that sounds rough. If your diesel doesn't freeze up too.
Yeah, like I said, that was the problem. Whenever initially, because it was, I mean, the diesel itself wasn't, but it's so congealed, and it had our tank on it is just a gravity flow tank, and it had it's got a water block filter on it, which is slow flowing anyhow. And so with it cold, it was just trickling out. I just got enough to burn for a little while, but yeah, the next day when the sun came out, it worked a lot better. And so now I just make sure I fill it up before the sun goes down.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are not about this
Yeah.
cold either.
Completely agree with you on that.
Hello from Louisiana. Hello to you too. Thanks for joining us. Power solution, now one red bottle for $0 and you won't gel up.
You keep that
Okay.
in mind.
Yeah. Because normally, like I said, in the tanks of this stuff, I mean, we usually put some sort of treatment in there, but this, I just filled the tank up over the summer, and I just didn't use that much. And so I wasn't expecting to have to use it in the middle of the night, and it didn't work out. But I'm definitely going to save that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm just ready for all this cold weather to be out of here.
Yeah. I'm more of a spring and fall person, but I'll take summer over winter any day.
Definitely.
Like I said, we thought that it was going to be nicer in San Antonio because they never get that cold. And that's what they kept talking about down there too. They're like, it never gets this cold, but I guess we brought it with us.
Yeah.
But like I said, I think next week we should get back to more normals, like in the 40s and 50s, which is nice. Because usually February is our worst month for cold. So I'm hoping it's not going to be worse than what this is. Maybe it just came early.
Hopefully.
All I know is I was wondering where all that global warming was the other day because we needed it.
Off-road diesel and it won't gel.
Yeah, all the babies do want to come on the coldest day because our goat Rose had her babies when it was snowing.
Mm-hmm. Just glad that was the only one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had on layers and layers and layers of clothes and gloves and everything, and still was freezing to death out there the other day.
Yeah. Which I wasn't too bad once I got started getting everything done, but like toting water and stuff like that with it splashing around because I was just wearing some leather work gloves. I didn't have like insulated gloves or anything on, and that was the worst part.
I did, plus had a layer underneath them, and my hands were still just freezing to death. My hands are the worst, though.
She's always got cold hands. I mean, all the time they're cold. But that was whenever we was trying to thaw out the pipes. I mean, it was so cold. My hands were aching trying to get that done. But I'm just glad that we got it all taken care of and all that.
I'm coming to the Okie Homesteading Expo this year.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
we
We
will
will be there.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah. Because I actually took off enough work. Well, we both took off work where we're going to go up at least a day before, maybe more than that. I don't know, because it's about time for spring break for folks. So we're just going to play it by ear and see what we want to do with that. Depends on what's going on around here too.
Our spring break is a little more flexible now, so.
Brandon's out.
Walking.
You're making him walk in this cold? He might get froze up out there. Yeah, I am looking forward to y'all's welding booth. I definitely want to stop by there and check it out because, like I said, my dad knows how to weld, and I've welded some, but I'm not enough. I mean, I wouldn't just say that I could get out there and weld something, not and it looked pretty anyhow. So I think that'll be interesting.
Yeah, we're looking forward to seeing y'all and everybody at the expo.
Yeah, I'm curious to find out what y'all are going to talk about.
Yeah.
Because I know you said that the other day that y'all were still hashing out the details but couldn't share yet. So I'm looking forward to that because I know at the last year's y'all were very interesting. So
yes,
we're looking forward to that. So not only did you send him out walking in this temperature, you didn't give him a jacket to wear either. You're supposed to take care of him better than that. The Okie Expo is March 22nd and 23rd.
Yeah. I've got your back. Said, you know, the insurance commercial is so easy a caveman can do it. Well, that's how easy it is to MIG weld.
Well, we'll find out.
Would Brandon actually listen to her, though?
I don't know. Depends on how cold he is when he gets back.
Cold therapy.
Yeah.
Punch on the water. Yes.
Yeah, just seeing people do those like ice baths and stuff,
Oh,
and just knowing how cold this temperature was, just the air temperature. I don't know how they do it. There's
Mm-mm.
no way in the world.
there were some people close by in the area that were doing that recently, and I was just, no way.
Yeah, I don't care what the benefits are. I just
Nope.
there's no way in the world.
Mm-mm.
Because like I said, I can't imagine how long it would take to warm back up after that.
That would be rough. Mm.
Let's see. Misty, is y'all's whole crew coming up again this time? I don't like to swim in cold water either.
No.
Colby has.
Yeah.
I don't know, Lynn. I've not seen that, but it would surprise me.
I don't think I could do it either.
I just don't have any desire to do it.
No.
Like I said, I've seen people do like the polar plunge and stuff like that, and I just
Mm-mm.
good calls or not, I don't know.
Yeah.
There's other things people can do.
Yeah.
Let's see. Mimi doesn't even like washing her hands in cold water. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't either.
Mm-mm.
Like in the summer, it's fine, but in the winter, no. That's one thing. Abby, she's got a thing about that too. Like whenever we stop at a gas station, she'll be like, "Oh, they had warm water" or something like that when she has to wash her hands. Whenever on road trip somewhere, so
She was really disappointed at one that we stopped at. We actually stopped at the same one on the way down there and on the way back. And she's like, they still didn't get hot water.
y'all didn't have it the second time.
And it was completely different sink
The men's
area
bathroom had
too,
warm
so
water there, so I don't know what the deal was.
I don't know. But she was not happy with them. She said they needed to get that fixed.
What's the snow challenge?
She said yes, they are going to be there.
Okay, good deal.
Good.
Oh, now I like brushing my teeth with cold water. I don't like warm water for brushing my teeth
Mm-mm.
at all.
Yeah,
I don't know why, but I just don't like it.
I'm the same way though.
Okay, went to hot spring. Yeah, we were over there
Yeah.
a couple weeks ago, and it's crazy how warm that water is, even in the
Mhm.
winter.
Shorts only and run
Run.
and slide in the snow. Oh,
No,
nope, nope, nope.
not for me.
Then you challenge someone else.
Huh. Well,
Really nice hot springs in Alaska.
Hmm.
I've got to go check on whatever's going on in there. Sound like somebody's jumping.
oh, Abby. Yeah, we're really looking forward to the Oki Homesteading Expo. It's fun every year, and like I said, this year They got a lot of the same speakers, which we enjoy, and then they're bringing in some new ones too. So they're always changing up to make it new and exciting. So we're looking forward to that. I'll let him know you want to do this, so he will challenge you. Afraid not. I would lose that challenge. So like I said, I like for the house to be cool and things like that, but I don't have any desire to be cold. Oh yeah, Lynn. If it's somebody jumping, it's most likely Abby. Was she up?
No, she rolled out of bed.
Oh, okay.
That was her hitting the floor.
Okay.
Thankfully, it's carpet and it wasn't very far, but
Yes, they've got low beds, but
she was a little disoriented when I had to have her get back in bed.
okay. Mimi wants to know our story, and we're in Arkansas, Central Arkansas. We have 2 girls. One is about to be 10 next month, and the other is 6.
Mhm.
They're homeschooled and in 4th grade and kindergarten.
Yep.
Sherman, I haven't seen them on the list anywhere, but I'm not sure. Let's see. Did I miss something?
I'm trying to catch up.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they both enjoy the farm life. They like different things. Like Izzy likes to do a lot of the chores and stuff. Like she enjoys
Yes.
getting out and doing chores. A lot of times she'll go out and do them without even having to say anything or ask. Abby loves playing with the animals.
Yeah.
She'll do the chores too, but
Mhm.
usually if you don't remind her that they need to be done, she usually would rather just go out and play with them. But they're all the time on whenever they get up in the mornings, especially on the weekends when they don't have school to do or the days they don't have school. A lot of times the first thing they do, can we go out and see the animals? Can we go out and see the animals? And so we enjoy that and we're glad that they love the animals and love farm life as much as they do. Because I know, I mean, I grew up on a farm and I always enjoyed it. So I'm glad they get to do the same.
Yeah. I wasn't raised on a farm, but we did raise a couple of cows and we had chickens and had a garden. That was about it though. Okay. So
Okay. Joel Salison will be there.
I'm excited to
Which-
hear him.
Yeah, I knew he was because he goes to, is it the Ozark? There's another homesteading thing that he goes to each year, and we've never made it to it. And
Something's always
so we were very happy to see him on the list for speakers. I gotta get some more.
Let's see. So we have pretty good variety. We've got pigs, we've got sheep, goats, 1 llama, we've got donkeys, mini horses, ducks, turkeys, chickens, rabbits. Am I missing anything?
Peacocks, emus.
Hey, Justin. Don't forget about the pig you caught and raised. Yeah. I forgot about that growing up. My brother's on here, y'all.
Yeah, Homesteaders of America. That's it.
That's right.
Yeah, I remember that now.
Yeah, I'd
I
forgotten
forgot.
about
Yeah.
it.
But yeah, I think that was all the animals.
And yeah, yes, it was a wild pig. Mm.
Oh, hey Candy.
Hey, Candy.
Y'all had water troubles too, huh? Seems to be the going theme here lately.
Hmm. Seems like no matter how well anybody prepared, none of us prepared enough.
Currently have a wild pigs that our dogs caught. This is my third.
They domesticate easily.
Interesting. Yeah, there are some wild hogs around, not any that are right here on our place, but they're not far off.
Hmm.
There used to not be any around here
Yeah.
whenever I was growing up that I remember, but I guess they moved in. That's why all of our young piglets kept getting out, so I put tags in their ears just so somebody wouldn't think they were wild and end up shooting them. But we've got them in a pen now that they stay, so
Yeah.
that's worked out. I finally, instead of just using electric, I got hog panels that we had and built a pen out of those.
Yeah, it's good not to have to worry about them crossing the driveway in front of your vehicle. There was one day I had to sit there for 4 or 5 minutes just to get all the piglets back across.
Oh, yeah, Mimi, there were some people that were talking about the washer too having issues, and like I know some people were just like running like a load through every few hours just to keep the water running. But aside from that, I don't have any idea on that.
Well, I think somebody that I read about on Facebook or something that they had done that, but then they still had issues. Mm,
Oh, the feral pigs, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it's still cold here too. We had like a day where it warmed up in the like low 40s and then back down to freezing again. So, and then
Yeah.
we're expecting ice on Monday.
I think Sunday night is when it moves in.
Yes, Sherman, you're the only one who wants snow. The rest of us have had enough of the cold and are ready for summer.
Some sort of reprieve. Washer, it's good as the kitchen sink.
Yeah, for us, it was the drain pipes that froze up. And so
Yeah.
when the water had nowhere to go, the rest of the water had to be shut off. So it was a mess. But we're back working now.
Yep. Hi, Patty.
Oh, he's not the only one. Well, I know we don't. We just had, I guess, about 3 inches this time, and then probably like an inch the week before. But I'm all about summer.
Yeah. At least just back to normal temps for this time of year.
Yeah, I'm actually ready to start planting stuff. Gardening season's my favorite, and I'm ready for it to get to the point that I can start planting seeds. That's probably favorite time is getting that started, and then the harvest, of course. Oh, thanks for stopping
Yeah.
in, Misty.
Glad you joined us. And y'all take care. I had to, I think I folded and put away 3 loads of laundry this morning.
Yeah. This morning, Izzy decided that she wanted to fold clothes and got started and then got sidetracked. So she meant well.
Mm-hmm. 6 inches of snow in northern Tennessee. I would love to send you, Sherman.
Yeah.
Goodness.
Yeah. No, we've been on a lot longer than
Oh,
I was
wow.
expecting. Yeah, it's been a while.
I hadn't realized how long we'd been on.
We're not going to stay on much longer because I don't want to take Dean's record away from him. He's proud of his 3-hour live and holding that record, so
Yeah.
I don't want to take the wind out of his sails.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't like the triple digits either.
I don't either, but I'd take him over the single digits any day.
Yeah.
But I would just like 80s for highs and maybe 60s for lows. I think that'd be nice.
Be fantastic right now. Oh.
Oh, me. Shots fired.
And yeah, it is easy to lose time when you're having fun.
Neil, in her defense, she wasn't expecting to have to do it by herself.
That's
Maybe
true.
if she'd went into it thinking that, it would have been different.
Mm-hmm.
Goodness, only 30 minutes? What?
I was trying to.
30 minutes isn't long enough.
Yeah.
Especially with y'all's, because there's a lot going on and
Mm-hmm.
super busy. So
Yeah. Brandon's the night owl. She's the faker.
yeah. Yeah, because you definitely wouldn't tell from that, especially whenever you're during the summer, y'all were doing them even later,
Mm-hmm.
and like it'd be running after midnight. I mean, you'd be yawning, but you were still in it. I don't know that can really make it that long.
Probably not, just to be honest.
I'm afraid that I'd be sitting here talking, you'd look over and her eyes would be closed. And
Put my head down.
Yep. Yep, she's a team player. She sticks it out with you,
Mm-hmm.
even when you do run them past midnight in the summer. We just try to start ours a little earlier.
Mm-hmm.
The main reason is because the girls want to be here for part of it, but starting them at 8, they can be here for part of it, and then they can go to bed.
Yeah.
Because I think, did we do 7 once? Or was it
No.
8?
8.
Okay, I guess 8 each time, and then 9 that one time we were
Mhm.
late because Abby was up, but Izzy was asleep.
Neil said it's nearly 4:30 a.m. here.
Good grief. When do you sleep, Neil?
Can we stop daylight savings time?
Brandon, what you do is, since you're using StreamYard, just get other devices and add them as a guest. Then y'all can just have multiple people on the screen and you get the whole family in there. Yeah, I bet you are getting worn out right now, Stephanie, because I know that it's a lot to get things done,
Mhm.
even with multiple people. And so if you're having to do it by yourself. Yeah, and see, Brandon, if you do it that way, which I just now thought about it, if they start acting up, you can just kick the guest off. And then you don't have to do it. But I may start doing that with the girls, just get them started up on their iPads. When they start acting up or getting sleepy, I'll just kick them off and they'll still think they're on it, but then they go to bed.
Neil said just Googled sleep, so that's what it is.
It's the thing that comes after all the yawning that Stephanie does. I've done one live. Well, yeah, we started out. We did our first one 4 weeks ago. Now we missed last week, and the main reason was just because we were gone,
Mhm.
and we didn't want everybody to know we were gone. So
Mhm. Oh,
what?
done one live by myself. Wasn't really too much fun.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does help to have somebody else here too.
Mhm.
Kimberly too. She can sleep anywhere, anytime.
Well,
Yeah, like I said, I probably could, but I don't really want to have to do one by myself. But
yeah.
worst case, I'll bring Abby. She can entertain anybody.
Yeah.
Sherman, no, not necessarily. It depends on my work
Mhm.
schedule. Like I said, we've done them on. Well, the last one we did on Friday. Did we do the last two on?
We've done all of
Yeah,
them on
every
Friday.
one of them's been on Friday.
Mhm.
It's just the way it's worked out. I don't know that that's going to be the going theme because whenever the way my work falls, if it doesn't, then it'll just have to change
Mhm.
nights. But probably 8 o'clock ish
It seems to be a good time for
will
us.
be a good time because then if we run late, it's not still super late. Like I'm good because I stay up late anyhow. Kimberly usually stays up pretty late also, but
Mhm.
she usually starts fading faster.
Yeah. Gets past 11 or so, and I'm just having a hard time staying awake.
Yeah, that's us. Our goal is to try to probably go live once a week.
Mhm.
I don't know that that'll always happen because we also have a goal of getting a couple videos out each week, but that doesn't always happen either. So,
Yeah.
and maybe like a video and a live, just depending on how it falls.
Mhm.
Yeah, and that's the other thing too is we have to schedule around Brandon. That's why we try to get the 8 o'clock slot because he's usually around 9. So if he kicks on, then we can just go off early. But no, I'm just kidding.
Sleep in short bursts, 1 to 2 hours at a time. I'm lucky if I manage 3 or 4 hours in one go.
Yeah. Usually if I can get 5 hours of sleep, I'm pretty good to go.
Not me.
I can manage on less if I have to, but 5 hours, 5 to 6 is pretty good.
I feel like I'm not truly awake all day long if I don't get more than that.
He'll wake up and spend the next
If I'm-
half hour trying to figure out why he's awake. You only need 350 more watch hours. Well, you're getting there.
Yep.
Not far at all.
Mm-mm.
I guess what we need to do, we probably need to start doing better next time is like saying a name and reading the comment that we're talking about because when people rewatch the lives, they may not have the comments turned on. to watch at the same time. So that might be a note for next time.
Tina, I need 8 or more, or I'm a walking zombie. I would love to have that much, but I mean, coffee and being on my feet helps me stay awake if I'm working or something. But
My problem is usually once I wake up, I'm just done. I can't go back to sleep. So if anything wakes me up, I usually just get up because every night if I'm super exhausted, I can go back to sleep. But for the most part, it's over and I just get up.
do 5-hour lives soon.
That's a long life.
Yeah. If you sleep 8 hours a day, you're sleeping a third of your life away. Yeah, that's true.
Yep. Let's see. Don't worry about it. Brandon usually forgets to read the comments out too. Yeah, but Stephanie usually catches that though. 'Cause she's usually reading them there too, so they're a good team that way.
Mm-hmm. Stephanie said, "Feel like I could sleep 2 hours or 10 hours. I'm still the same person."
By the time you fall back asleep, it's time to wake up. Yeah, that's me. Like I said, I don't know. I would like to, especially if it's daylight whenever I wake up. If I see the sun or daylight, because then I'm thinking of all the stuff I could get up and be doing. And so I just get up. So
You said the other day, one of our vacation days, that you actually fell back asleep.
yeah, for about an hour.
It's the first time he's done that in a long time.
Because we were off and we weren't. One second. I forgot what we had planned that day, but it was like 6 o'clock when we woke up, and I dozed back off and got up just before 7. Yeah, you're pulling double duty right now, Stephanie. So you earn the extra sleep.
For sure.
I would take all of it you can get.
Go to bed around 1 a.m. and get up by 6:30 in the mornings. Sounds familiar?
Yep. Yep, I'm the same way, Sherman. Very seldom can I fall back asleep unless I am just super exhausted for some reason. Run a mini X for hours. Follow you while you're busy working. Oh, me, Neil. Neil said, I used to joke that I loved going to work because it was the only place I could get some sleep. Sure your boss appreciated that. Okay, Stephanie, are you saying that we need to get off here, that we're boring you?
Good night, Bill.
Yep. Good night, Bill. We'll be sure to check out your channel.
Yep.
John. I didn't say that. It's funny. I just yelled. Yeah, Brandon, I figured that out the other day, how to change it back to the comments as they go through the live, but before I knew it could be done, but I just didn't. I had to look up how to do it because I couldn't remember in the app how to make it work. And so that's why I just figured some people might not be going through reading them as they're watching it. 'Cause like I said, I don't know. Because I know there's been times that I've watched and kind of not knew what was going on just because I wasn't reading as well. Yeah, I'm glad he did too.
Yeah.
Brandon's a good guy like that.
Yep.
I'm just waiting for old Jerry to hit 5 million. Impressive. I'm not sure that they're watching it for Jerry or maybe Brandon. His reaction to Jerry.
Yeah.
I know I've watched it several times. It's funny.
Stephanie said, "Why do you think it was him that posted?"
Wow. Let's see.
Sherman said, "He's the reason I started my channel."
Probably because you were asleep in the chair.
Neil. "I'd like to die peacefully in my sleep like my uncle rather than screaming in terror like his passengers."
Oh, goodness. Yeah, I don't know. Because, I mean, if you were logged into the other account, it could have been you too. So, whichever one of y'all it was,
we appreciate
it. Does anyone else follow McGee Homestead Adventures? We do not. I've not heard of them.
it. It was Brandon.
Well, she was trying to take credit for your good deed. But I guess she's earned that too after all the hard work. Or maybe she was just so tired from all the hard work taking care of stuff she forgot who did it. Let's see.
Yes, believe it or not, it's hard not to do anything on the farm. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Thankfully, I've not been in that situation where she's been from surgeries and stuff, but
Yeah.
so far, luckily for me, the worst thing I've had surgery wise was my wisdom teeth taken out. That's the only time I've had to be put to sleep for anything because they cut all of them out at once. I was a little delusional after that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was funny. And Stephanie said maybe she's delusional.
Yeah, Brandon, but the main thing is you just got to take care of yourself because otherwise you'll be having to not do anything for a lot longer.
Yeah, don't
So
do anything
overwork yourself.
before you're supposed to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mine was from my hysterectomy last year.
Yeah, Kimberly had hysterectomy, so
That was a lot longer recovery than what I thought it would be. I really felt like I'd bounce back quickly, and they were like, "Oh yeah, 6 weeks, you'll be fine to, go do whatever you need to do and work wise and all that." And I struggled for like 6 months. So
yeah, because that was the thing. At the time, they told her like she'd be released to do whatever at 6 weeks, but they didn't say you're not going to feel like doing anything for that. And like I said, finally, whenever we went back in for another follow-up, they're like, "Yeah, it's going to be several months before you feel back to normal." And so she's had to take it slow, but she did good. Got over it. Finally got better and feeling right again.
Yeah. Because if you think I fall asleep or get sleepy quick now, should have seen me back then.
Yeah, Neil said to make sure you give yourself at least another day or two after you feel ready, just to be sure. And start out slow.
Mm-hmm.
Just do a little bit one day and then wait.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, after each kid, I bounced back that week, but tubes, it was longer. I would know because I'd have C-sections, so.
Yeah. Candy said, remember Jamie from Suits and Boots in your prayer she had surgery. Yeah, I saw where Lester went live earlier and was talking about that.
Yeah. Hate that for her.
Yeah. She's in pretty good spirits though for what she
Definitely.
went through, because I mean she's been, which she's got a very good sense of humor and just a good personality. We like her a lot. She's been very helpful to us
Very
also.
much.
But we've been praying for her too, and we're just hoping that she'll recover quickly, because it's a pretty bad ordeal.
Yeah. Lynn said, we know Brandon can't sit still knowing there are jobs and projects need to be done, not to mention feeling bad that Steph has to pull double duty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just had to have the kids pick up the slack.
Yeah.
Which I know that they are, because I mean, well, I saw the video where Addison was helping take care of stuff with Stephanie on hers.
Mm-hmm.
Give me 4 to 6 weeks, and then you can work on it.
Give it, yeah.
Do it, yeah. Yeah, I don't. How long did they tell you were going to be down before they'd release you, or before you'd be released to go do stuff? Because a lot of the times those times aren't taken into consideration farm work.
Yeah.
So it's probably actually going to be longer than what they told you. $10 to 14 days.
That's it?
Goodness.
Yeah, I'd probably take it easier a little longer than that to be safe. Lift anything above 10 pounds.
You can't.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Which 10 pounds is not much.
No. I remember after I had my C-section with Izzy, she was a 9-pound baby. And the doctor was talking about, lifting restrictions. And I was like, what about lifting her in a carrier? And he was like, well, just do the best you can.
Old Con Homestead's going to bed. Y'all have a good weekend too.
Yep. Good night.
Or no weekend. So I guess it's working. Yep, I've got to go back to work on Sunday. So, and Kimberly
I actually do too.
But yeah, it's getting pretty late.
Yep. Almost 3 hours.
Yeah, way too long.
It's been fun, y'all.
Oh yeah, no, I've enjoyed it. But like I said, I had no idea it'd been that long earlier. Whenever I looked, and we'd already been on for 2 hours.
Not at all.
And then I didn't expect to go another 40-something minutes after that. Because like I said, I don't want to take Dean's record. So who is usually the one commenting in other lives? Do you mean other lives of ours or just in general?
Us commenting on stuff.
Me? Oh, that's if you're talking about like in like other people's lives, then it's usually me.
Hmm.
Every now and then, like if we're going somewhere and driving and I'm the one driving, we'll have it playing and Kimberly will comment.
I'm usually listening to them, but I'm always doing stuff too. So, I mean, I may be folding clothes or doing dishes or.
Because usually what our dynamic is, if we're home when we're watching a live, is we have it on the TV,
Mhm.
playing it on the TV to hear it so that everybody can watch it. And then I usually have my phone up logged in under our account. So our TV's not logged in under our account because the girls will search stuff and I don't want all their cartoons and junk showing up under our YouTube account. And so I'll leave the TV signed out. And so we watch it on there, and then I'll usually have it pulled up on my phone, logged into the account, and I usually comment on it, but it's muted on my phone, and we're just watching it on the TV.
Mhm.
So where everybody can watch it, but then
Mhm.
I'm usually commenting. She might be folding clothes or doing something around. But yeah, usually it's me. Occasionally it's her. But I think we're gonna call it a night
Yeah.
because we've got to get up in the morning. Finish filming a video. I need to finish editing one, and it's been fun. But like I said, it's almost 11 o'clock for us.
Neil, it's crazy. I'm noticing the homesteading lives, it's usually the guys that do most of the talking, and yet we all know women are experts at talking for hours.
It's the only time we get a chance to talk.
I mean,
We have to type it out. That's why a lot of times whenever they're talking, we don't really hear what they're saying because we're focused. Selective hearing.
mhm.
But
Yeah.
it's been fun. We appreciate all y'all stopping by, and we'll catch y'all next time.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Good night.